Hey, my name is Matt Candler, and I'm really excited to give you a quick overview of my Leadership Toolkit. I've been working on this thing for about 20 years, and it's a collection of 18 tools right now. Sometimes it's 15, sometimes it's 17. Tools that I've been using in my practice as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, and in my coaching for founders of ed tech and climate and energy tech startups. It's a really cool group of tools that I have in three categories. The first focuses on succession, thinking about from day one, who's going to run that company after you. That's where most of my day-to-day management tools live. And 6 tools that I use on a daily basis and that I spend most of my coaching practice in. The next 2 categories focus on experimenting within a team context and then doing your work as a CEO to make sure that you're present, that you're minimizing your bias, and that you're constantly learning and become a better and better individual and team member. So here's a quick walkthrough that I'll show you of the toolkit. And if you've got any questions for me, my email and my Calendly link are here on the website. Thanks so much for taking a second to check this out, and I look forward to being in touch. Take care. Okay, this is a quick overview of the toolkit that I use in both my 2-hour workshop and in my 8-week sequence. When we do the 2-hour workshop, I walk you through each of these 18 tools, and we start with succession. This is the starting point for all of my coaching now after a 4-year succession sequence that I managed with my board at the last company that I created. This has really just become a fundamental piece of my coaching framework. Getting the organization set up with a mindset that you're not the only leader. It just clarifies and makes so much of our work helpful that I've made it the number one thing, and it's the starting point for all of our conversations. We'll then walk through French and Maven's framework on informal power and how it relates to traditional understandings of formal positional power. We'll then zoom into Dick Chait's work on the 3 categories of board level governance, which I just think are a fantastic framework, not just for your advisory and board member work, but for your teamwork as well. I'm a big fan of Patrick Lencioni's work, but this 4 Duties of a CEO is actually a tool that my former board chair and I used on a regular basis when I ran an organization called 4.0. The last 2 real quickly, I really believe in the framework of 5 types of decisions. Vic Vroom started this work, but it continues to be probably the most important tool to have situational awareness of on a day-to-day basis. And I really spend a lot of time here. And it is one of those tools that as you start using it in your practice, it really helps clarify communication in and between your teams. And then lastly, Goldman's research on the 6 leadership styles. I've done a lot of training and work on this over the past 20 years. I like coming back to this framework because it does a really nice job of helping us understand the 3 strategic and 3 tactical styles that we should be applying on a relatively regular basis, and which of those styles we want to seek to be in on short-term bursts and when we want to default back to the strategic 3. So that's a good example of just a quick overview of what we do in a 2-hour sequence. And then we can go through each of these sets of 6 on experimenting and being human, and we can pick which tool you want to dig into. So the 2-hour sequence is me going through a more slow pace breakdown of the whole toolkit and then working on at least one of these tools together for about an hour to try and bring it into your practice immediately. So that's a quick overview. I hope that helps. Please reach out on email, on the socials, or here on the website if you've got any questions. And if you're curious, I'd love to work with you. Take care. Have a great day.